Hello again, friends. It's Ashley here from The Loopy Lamb and theloopylamb.com. And today we're going to be taking a look at a new yarn that I stumbled across at my local Walmart store. And that yarn is called Red Heart Super Saver Brushed. So we're going to be going through kind of what I've done to test this yarn out. And I'll be giving you a sneak peek of an upcoming design. So if you're ready to get started, make sure that you hit that like button and please consider subscribing to this channel. So to get started, as you can see, I've got 3 of the different colors of the Red Heart Super Saver Brushed. And the colors I have are from top to bottom. I have mink, dusty pink, and soft mink. Now, most of the colors that are available in this new line of yarn from Red Heart are these muted tones. I can't say that I'm not crazy about them because I actually love the muted tones this year that are coming out from a lot of the brands. I couldn't stop at just one. I ended up picking up 3 of the different colors. And besides just thinking about what kind of accessory type uses I could use for this, I was really intrigued by the brushed acrylic because I thought it could be a really great thing for amigurumi crocheters that might not be necessarily crazy about working with faux fur yarns or yarns that make it more tricky for you to see the stitches because of the halo on the yarn. So I did quite a bit of testing with this yarn, and I'm going to go through the label information next, and then we'll talk about what kind of testing I did with this. So these are not your standard 100 gram balls of yarn. These are actually 141 gram balls or 5 ounces. And in each of these balls, you'll get 253 yards or 231 meters. The recommended hook size for this is a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook or your standard eye hook. And for you knitters, it's a 5 millimeter or size 8 US needle. If you're using the recommended hook size, you should be able to get 12 single crochets across and 15 rows in a 4x4 inch swatch, and you should be able to get 17 stitches and 23 rows in a knit swatch that's about 4x4 inches. So this is your standard size for medium worsted weight yarn. And full disclosure, I'm not normally a huge fan of Red Heart Super Saver. The ones that I've tried in the past have ended up being like really stiff and scratchy. And although I do find it durable for things that I'm going to let the kids use extensively, I just didn't like the feel for it and I wasn't too crazy about it. But I was super pleasantly surprised by how much I actually enjoyed working with the brushed Super Saver. Now, it is 100% acrylic, and it's still got the same machine washable and dryable care instructions like we saw in the regular Super Saver. But this brushed finish, and it might be a little trickier to see on the camera, but it's very fuzzy. So it's got a very significant halo, but once you put it in the wash, it does pill. And it will continue to pill. And that's just the nature of yarn that has a halo like this. So I did some regular crochet swatches, and I've got one here. I did this with a 6 millimeter hook because I do tend to crochet on the bit of the tighter side. And as I normally do, I started with some single crochets, worked into half doubles, and then finished off here with some double crochets. And at a 6, I still don't really get a lot of drape with this. I'd probably have to change up my stitches and my hook size in order to get that drape that I like to see. But it does have a very soft, fuzzy halo, which is the intent of this yarn. So it is actually quite beautiful when you work it up. There wasn't really any issues with splitting, and I actually really enjoyed it. The brushing of the acrylic does soften it up quite a bit, so it was much more pleasant for me to work with than the normal Super Saver. Now back to my point in where I talk about how I thought it might be good for amigurumi makers. So I went ahead and I actually made 2 amigurumi toys with it. And the first of which was my little nerdy bear here. And he's not that fuzzy. I was really hoping that he would have more of the halo showing through, but I did find that when you work this yarn in the round and you're always having the right side facing you, the fuzz actually ends up on the inside, very much like when you're working with a faux fur yarn. I encourage people to just show the wrong side of your fabric because all of or most of the fur actually ends up on the inside. And I did find that as well with the amigurumi, that most of your fuzz ends up on the inside. You could potentially combat some of that by brushing your project, but I was really hoping that because this yarn is already brushed, that might kind of eliminate that step for amigurumi makers, and you wouldn't have to brush your acrylic. But alas, it does have a little bit of a soft fuzz, but just definitely not as prominent as if you're working in back and forth in rows. And so I do recommend that if you're using this, then turned rows is your best bet, and it's going to give you the best fabric possible in terms of if the halo is what you're looking for. I am still very pleased with how my toy worked out because I love the colors. The yarn, again, was really pleasant to work with. And I've got a really soft little halo going on in the bow, and it just kind of gives it a really nice dimension to it. But again, back and forth in rows is really what gave me the best bang for my buck in terms of bringing that halo out. It will pill, so I would use this yarn sparingly. It's not something that I'm personally going to be using a ton of because my projects do get a lot of play time with my kids or a lot of wear time with my kids, as I do make a lot of things for them. And so I need them to go into the wash and be able to look their best possible for as long as possible, even through wash and wear. But I think that with the level of halo that we see here, we're just going to have a lot of pilling. So if you're making something that you know you're not going to wash a lot and there's not going to be a lot of friction, this would be really great. Again, I was surprised by how much I actually really enjoyed working with this. It just I just can't think of a lot of practical uses for myself personally because of that pilling aspect. And because I wanted to use it for amigurumi, and it just doesn't translate the way I wanted it to into the fabric. But if you were to, say, work your amigurumi, turn your project inside out, and then give it a little bit of a brush, it could help you in that respect. But for me, I really wanted it to show on the right side of the fabric, and that just didn't happen. But that's okay. If you've used this yarn, I would love to hear what your experience has been and what you have made with it or what you'd plan to make with it. I haven't seen this at Michael's yet. It's only been available here at Walmart, and it's not even on their website here in Canada yet. So, so far, if you want to check this yarn out, you'll have to go into your local Walmart store to do that here in Canada. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and consider subscribing to my channel. And as always, please feel free to share your experience with this yarn with me, as I'm sure other people would love to hear it. And we can all learn from everyone's experience using this new Red Heart Super Saver brushed. So thanks so much for watching, friends. If you enjoy free crochet patterns, please check out my blog, theloopylamb.com. And thanks so much for watching. Happy hooking, and I'll see you next time.